Click subscribe to Proper English Online for more real English conversations with native speakers every week. Like my lessons? Support me on Patreon. Patrons can download every worksheet for every lesson. Hi guys, this is Lee from Proper English Online, and this is Pre-Intermediate Lesson 2, Inquiring About a House, but the worksheet video. So in this video we're going to learn some of the expressions and vocabulary, maybe a little bit of grammar too that we heard in the conversation, and we'll focus on the pronunciation of those phrases. So let's take a look at what we're going to learn today. We're going to talk about some phrases for making requests, for asking people to do something for you. Also, we're going to talk about connected speech. So this is to do with pronunciation, pronouncing things in a connected way so the sounds link together. Also, we're going to look at some different uses of the word quite, different ways of using the word quite in a natural way that native speakers often do. So guys, before we start, let's take a look on your PDF worksheet. You'll find on the first 2 pages we've got this listening script with some missing words. I'd like you to listen again to the conversation and fill in these missing words as you go. You can listen as many times as you need, just listen, write those in, and then we'll come back and pay more attention, focus more on those phrases. Okay, so see you in a bit. Hello, Wynn's estate agent, Stan speaking. How can I help?
Hi, I'm calling about a house that's listed for rent on your website. I wondered if we could arrange to come and take a look at it.
Oh, certainly, madam. Could you tell me which house you're talking about?
It's the one on Haydock Road, the 3-bedroom. It's quite a bargain.
I see. Yes, quite a few people have already contacted us about that place, and unfortunately, it's been taken. A young couple snapped it up just this morning. Sorry about that.
Well, I'm not surprised, really. It was a very low price for that area.
Yes, indeed. Well, if you're looking for a 3-bedroom place in a similar area, though, we have a few other places that might interest you.
Oh, okay. What places are those?
Well, there's a lovely 3-bedroom apartment just down the road from there. The rent is a bit higher, £2,100 per calendar month.
Oof, that's quite steep, I'm afraid.
Yes, well, that's actually an average price in that area.
Well, I was looking for something around £1,800 per month. Is there anything available around that price?
Unfortunately, around that area, there's nothing for under £2,000. Perhaps if you look a little bit further away from the city centre. Let me just have a quick look.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks. Okay. There are quite a lot of listings within your price range in Hendon.
Hendon?
Yes, it's just 10 minutes by car from the other house you were interested in. I can see a place here, £1,800 per month, 3 bedrooms, small garden, a parking space in front of your house. Yeah, it's about a 5-minute walk to the nearest underground station, and it's quite a quiet area. What do you think?
Well, that sounds pretty good. Could I come and take a look at it?
Of course. I'm free today and tomorrow anytime.
Today's a bit difficult for me, but is it all right if I come and take a look tomorrow afternoon? Say 2 o'clock?
Of course. I'll also find a few other similar listings to take a look at.
Oh, great.
Great. I've just thought. I didn't get your name. Could you,
Oh, it's Gemma Gaskin.
Great. Well, I'll send a message to you with the details. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you then.
Right guys, so in the conversation, we heard a few expressions here, these sentences. Let's take a look at them. I wondered if we could arrange to come and take a look at it. Talking about the house, right? They were talking about looking at the house. Could I come and take a look at it was another one. And is it all right if I come and take a look tomorrow afternoon? These are some things the woman said to the estate agent to find out about, coming to find out more about the house, right? Now, I'd like you to take a pen and highlight the phrases in these sentences that we use for making requests. So take a highlighting pen, just like what I've got here, and you can just draw a little line underneath the phrase. So So pause this video and think, what phrases do we have for making requests in these sentences? All right, so let's do the first one. Here I've got, I wondered if we could. Here we go. I wondered if we could arrange to come and take a look at it. I wondered if we could is one. Another one here is, could I? Could I come and take a look at it? And one more here, is it all right if I? Is it all right if I come and take a look tomorrow afternoon? So these three phrases we can use for making requests, for asking someone to do something for us, or asking if it's okay to do something. So, are these polite phrases? Yeah, they are. They're very polite, very useful phrases we can use in polite situations with people we don't know, like in the conversation, the woman talking to the estate agent. Now, what other less polite phrases could you also use? So here we got, I wondered if we could. Could I? Is it all right if I? Do you guys know any other phrases we could replace this with? They're a little bit less polite. Pause this video and think. Okay, so in this case we might use can you, right? Or can I? Now can I is okay, but it's a little bit less polite. Could I is always more polite. And is it all right if I is much more polite. And I wondered if we could is another one that's very, very polite. So how do the words in these more polite expressions link together? For example, we've got could I. We've got a bit of linking here. Could I? What's the linking? I'm going to draw it in. So we've got could I. Can you see that? Could I? The D joins that I. Again here. Could I? How about in the other two? Pause this video and think, how do the words and the phrases link together? Okay guys, let's take a look together again. So the first one, I wondered if we could. I wondered if. I wondered if we could arrange. Now also one more thing here, this could here is probably going to be more like could. Could arrange. That'll link too. I wondered if we could arrange. Could arrange. Could. It's a weaker, more neutral sound. I wondered if we could arrange. And we stress this wondered if we could arrange. Okay? How about the next one? Could I come? We talked about this already. Could I come? We stress the verb that comes afterwards. Could I come and take a look at it? The last one. Lots of linking here. Is it all right if I come and take a look? Is it all right if I? Lots of linking there. Is it all right if I? Now for me, I'm a British English speaker, so I often say like T sounds a little bit stronger than Americans. But you can make this a D sound too. So is it all right if I? Is it all right if I? If I. It's totally fine too. Is it all right if I? Is it all? Is it all? Oh, another one there. I missed that one. Is it all right? Another one there too. So lots of linking there. Is it all? Is it all right? Is it all right if I? Or in British English, more like, is it all right if I? Okay, so let's have a little practice, shall we? These phrases are more polite, right? We said that can I is okay, but it's less polite. If we want to be really polite, we'll use these types of sentences here. But let's look at this situation. So a man called Tom, he works at an office and he recently made some requests to his assistant. He asked his assistant to do some things for him. He said, what was it? He said, make me a coffee, copy these documents, cancel my afternoon meeting. This is rude here. Can I is, or can you is okay. It's not super polite, but it's polite enough. But these ones here, this is very direct, quite rude actually. Make me a coffee, copy these documents, cancel my afternoon meeting. It's too direct. Now, how could we make this more polite? Because Tom's assistant, she or he thinks that Tom is rude now, thinks Tom is rude and impolite. So how could we make these ones a little bit more polite? Make me a coffee, copy these documents, cancel my afternoon meeting. Pause this video and think, using these phrases, how can we make them more polite? Okay, so the first one, make me a coffee. I wondered if you could make me a coffee. So we change I to, or we, to you. I wondered if you could make me a coffee. That works. How about copy these documents? Could you copy these documents? And then let's add please. Let's not forget please, guys. Always important to say please. So again, could you copy these documents, please? Or is it all right if you copy these documents, please? How about the last one? Cancel my afternoon meeting. Is it all right if you Is it all right if you cancel my afternoon meeting? Or could you cancel my afternoon meeting? Or I wondered if you could cancel my afternoon meeting. We can use all those and they're much more polite. So let's practice saying those there, guys. Practice those for a minute. Pause this video and practice saying these more politely. Okay, now guys, another situation here. So Tom also made some requests to his boss as well. Tom said this to his boss. He said, can I come in late tomorrow? Can I get a pay rise? Can I have a bigger office? Now he said, can I? It's okay, it's polite enough, but these things here, come in late tomorrow, get a pay rise, have a bigger office. These are kind of big requests, aren't they? They're quite big requests. If you're asking someone to do these things for you, you need to be really polite, especially talking to your boss. So pause this video and think, how could Tom say this in a much more polite way? Pause this video and think. Okay, so we've got, can I come in late tomorrow? For that, we could say, is it all right if I come in late tomorrow? Or I wondered if I could come in late tomorrow. That would be fine, wouldn't it? Or the next one, can I get a pay rise? Could I get a pay rise? Slightly better, but again, it's a big request. So maybe, is it all right if I get a pay rise? Or I wondered if I could get a pay rise. It's more polite. So especially these two here are more polite than could I. So can I is like 1, this is 2, and this is like the top 3. The top ones, the most polite ones. How about, can I have a bigger office? Another big request, right? How could we change this one? Well, we could say, I wondered if I could have a bigger office. Is it all right if I have a bigger office? Much more polite, right? Okay, right. So again, let's practice those. Pause this video, practice making these requests here. And also, can you think of any other big requests you might make to your boss or your co-workers or your assistant or your friends or anyone? Think of some other requests we might make and make them very polite. Pause this video and practice. Okay, all right guys, so let's take a look at some other things now. So in the text, in the conversation, the speakers use the word quite in some different ways. So for example, we've got, it's quite a bargain. Quite a few people have already contacted us. That's quite steep, I'm afraid. And there are quite a lot of listings. It's quite a quiet area. All using the word quite. So quite we use in different ways in English. Here are the ways that we can use it. We use it to add emphasis to what we say, to make it stronger. So we can use quite in these ways. We can use it with a noun, like quite plus a noun. We can use it followed by a few, a lot of, a bit of, and an accountable or uncountable noun. By the way, guys, quite a few, countable, quite a lot of, countable or uncountable, and a bit of, countable or uncountable. A few can only be used with a countable noun. Also, we can use quite with an adjective. So quite adjective, for example, quite pretty, quite nice. And then we've got quite plus a or an adjective noun. So an adjective and then a noun together. So let's take a look at the sentences we heard in the conversation. Match the examples with rules 1, 2, 3 and 4 as well. Sorry, I missed that one out. So when we do one together, it's quite a bargain. This one here, it's quite a bargain. A bargain, that is a noun, isn't it? So that one would be for number 1. Okay, so pause this video and match the uses with the different examples, please. Okay, so B, quite a few people. Quite a few people, that is, of course, 2, isn't it? Quite a few people. A few people, people is countable noun, countable form, right? Quite a few people. However, if it was quite a lot of furniture, for example, quite a bit of furniture, uncountable nouns. How about C? That's quite steep, I'm afraid. This one is quite plus an adjective. That's quite steep. Steep, in this case, by the way, guys, means expensive. If we say that's quite steep, I mean it's too expensive. I can't afford it. Ooh, that's quite steep, I'm afraid. It's too expensive. And also, let's go for D here. There are quite a lot of listings. Quite a lot of listings. Here, again, we've got 2, right? Quite a lot of listings. Remember, a lot of, we can use that with countable or uncountable nouns. If you're not sure to use a few, a lot of, many, just go with a lot of. So you're normally correct. And how about E? It's quite a quiet area. Quite a quiet area. This one here is 4, isn't it? Quite, adjective, noun. You can see there. Quite a quiet area. Now, guys, quite a quiet. Now, I'm going to have a little focus on this for a minute because these 2 words are often a bit of a problem for students here. So, quite and quiet. How many sounds are there in this first one? Quite, just the one. But this one here, quiet. There's 2 sounds. Quiet, quiet, quite quiet. Let's try again. Quite quiet, quiet. So imagine here there's kind of a y sound, let's say. Quiet, yet, quiet. All right, cool. So carrying on with our pronunciation then. So how do the words in the phrases link together? We're going to talk about the connected speech. So for example here we've got quite a bargain. Quite a, lots of linking there. Quite a bargain, quite a bargain. Quite a. The T joins that sound, quite a. That's quite a bargain. How about the other ones? Pause this video. Can you find any more linking in these B, C, D and E? Any more linking there? Pause this video and think. Okay, right, so let's look at B. Quite a few people. Quite a again, quite a few. Quite a f. This all links together, doesn't it? Quite a few people. The next one, that's quite steep. That's quite, ooh, what's happening there? This is interesting. Here, sounds are linking together, but one sound is also disappearing. This T sound is going to disappear in this case. Quite steep, quite steep, quite steep. Here, for me as a British person, we have this kind of glottal stop sound. It comes back here. Quite. This, if you can't make that sound, just say uh-oh, 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 that's that glottal stop. So quite steep, quite steep. Now we do that because quite steep is quite difficult to say quickly. Quite steep is easier. The next one though, any linking? There. Well, here we've got some linking there. There, and we've got a little sound there. There are quite a lot of listings. Now guys, with a lot of, remember it's not a lot of, it's a lot of. It's kind of a tov sound, quite a lot of. Again, there are quite a lot of listings. The last one, we talked about this one already, quite a quiet area. Quite a quiet area. Again, quite a quiet area. All right, well done guys. So we've talked about how to use quite to change a phrase, make it sound a bit stronger, add some emphasis. And we can use it before nouns, adjectives. We can use it before with countable, uncountable nouns, with a lot of. Now guys, I'd like you to think about where you live, okay? So I'd like you to describe the place where you live and try to use these phrases with quite to do it. So for example, where I live, I'd say, oh, it's quite a nice area. There's quite a lot of trees, but it can be quite busy during the week because there are quite a lot of companies and businesses nearby. And sometimes it can be quite noisy. It's quite a noisy place sometimes, but generally it's quite quiet. How about where you live? Describe where you live. Pause this video, talk by yourself. Where you live, what is it like? Pause this video and talk. Okay guys, well done, great work. Okay, I think we'll stop there for today. We've talked about using those phrases to be more polite when making requests, and also we learned some different ways of using the word quite when we're describing things. So, well done guys. We'll have more pre-intermediate lessons coming very soon. Thank you for joining me. I'm Lee from Proper English Online. I'll see you guys next time. Well done. Bye.